thought I'd finished this, but there are still a few imperfections I need to fix. And then I can resin it. Maybe I can just use the side for this. I can reach this. Makes it a lot easier. Just a little piece inside there. Luckily, I spray painted it so I can touch it easily. Okay. There. Good. And even though this will dry, there we go. To get my little plate and test out my new resin. If this new resin works fine, then I have something to fill it, and the other resin will be used for sticking things together. Less important resin. There we go. Is this one already open? No, this one is not already open. Don't really like the smell of resin. So let's see if the issues were because of old resin, bad batch, dumb luck. At least this one isn't that yellow, but the smell is very pungent. There's a lot of bubbles in there. Okay. First, we're gonna smoke it. Safety off. I forgot this kind of resin really burns quickly. No, this one's too big. I need a tiny one. Where do I have my tiny ones? I have my tiny ones over here. Pull the bubbles to the top. Fill every crevice. There's a bubble in here. And I do have to be careful because even though it's not that sunny, there's still sun outside. This is UV resin. Okay, now it looks nice and flat. popped on its own. Well, I'm okay with that. A little bubble in the toe. Pull it to the top. And it pops on its own. That's nice. Very nice. They're willing to pop on their own. And you can go and dry. Into the oven. Okay, so that's the first part. Probably gonna do this one soon. Yeah, I see nothing weird happening, so let's use this on this as well. Wait, I don't have a little plate to put it on. Okay, well, so we wait until the other one is pretty much cured. Little blade. While I got a new brown pen. It's a bit more reddish. Let's see if I can show it up close. It's good for the line art. It just, well, it is too reddish blue for this character, so can't really use that for blade, but that's okay. And the second craft part will be a cleanup and building again because I got 2 more cabinets. Okay. The other downside of this new pen is that it's very juicy, which means it did a bit too much. And if I use a black pen, it will not cover everything. And then you see little red spots. There's a little white spot in here. So that's something you have to keep in mind if you get a new marker. Ooh, gotta sneeze. Luckily, this headset is quite easy. You just have to pull away. Oh, there's a little black over there. Getting there with the eyes as well. I guess my nose is a bit irritated because of all the resin fumes. And yes, I still try to put single dabs back. And there's the black. Got myself some fresh water because of course I tipped it over while moving. This weekend is Fantasy Fest. And after that, the big move will come from my studio. Okay. Meaning the last items will come here. I've also been invited in June, so that's really far away, to give a workshop in a museum. But it's the first day, so that's the first day that I can't stream. But I'm assuming you guys don't really mind if I miss one stream on the first day. And technically, maybe if I still have the energy, I could stream in the evening. Right, I'm first gonna, sounds very gross, empty my nose, but just gonna blow it. So, mute it. There, that's a lot better. It's just the fumes that tickle my nose. Okay, blade, you go and dry. Yes, yes, you blade goes and dries. Just put you over here. And let's check on my little baking, because it's new resin, so it's probably curing a lot faster. Slightly sticky. And no, I did not touch that. Ooh, I missed the spot over here. Skin tone, but which skin tone? Yes, I do need to label them. No, this is the, I'm gonna call it yellow. So this is the mid-tone. I think it was this tone. Little hair. Let's give the face an extra layer. And then we can start with the, when this is dry, by the way, we can start with the eye. There's also a little bit in the arm needed. So I'm just going to do the entire skin tone. It means nice coverage. How good are you guys? Yeah, I think one more layer of the glue. Don't really like this paint that much, or paint, it's actually glue, because it's a very stiff tube, container, what you want to call it. So it's not very kind to the hands. And this again takes, well, 3 to 4 days to dry. That has nothing to do with the glue. That has to do with the conditions in this art space. In the winter, it just gets very cold and you need heat for things to dry. Ah, thought you would sneak in there, wouldn't you? Get a bit out of here, put it in here. Because this one was overfilled and this is slightly underfilled. So, and now it's good filled. Mayanaka, how are you going? Fine, I see. Thinking about lowering my camera again so you guys can see more what I'm doing, but then you also see less of what I'm doing, less of the surrounding space. So not really sure which of the two I prefer. Why are you not putting the cap on the tube? Because I'm probably gonna have to put some paint back. And if not, then okay, but these are just such small. I'm done quite quickly. Oh, you can just grab it from the tube in this case. This might be the final coat for the jacket. I'm not cleaning my little palettes that well because I have a gazillion palettes. So if it gets unusable, then I just grab a new one. Okay, this is very thin paint. What I like about these tubes is that they have a very big mouth. Usually they're so tiny you can barely get in there with your brush. So that's what I like about these tubes. I also like this paint because it's thin, but not unusable thin, and it's also quite pigmented. So even though you do need a few coats, you don't need that much coats with some other paints. Oh, forgot to do the shoes. So I need to grab the vermilion again. But you only get 20 mils, so it's really not a lot. Luckily with this project you don't need a lot. I thought I was done, but I still need to do the book. Probably gonna get a little bit of throat candy. I have like a tingle in my throat. It's a bit dry. If I do sound a bit weird now, I do apologize. I'm gonna use this one for the hair tie because I have a little bit of throat candy. Okay. So on the eyes. Well, this one's done on the front. Just need to do the side and then correct on the back. And I use bronze until I run out of the bronze. When I run out of the bronze, I'm going to pick another color because I don't really like bronze that much. Bronze is a bit of a muted color. I haven't been able to find new acrylic markers. Luckily, I still have plenty, so don't worry. Did get myself a couple of permanent markers, like the ones I showed in the beginning with blade. Don't drop it. Don't put your finger on top of it. There we go. Can't reach all the crevices with this pen, but that's okay. That's why we have a brush. I'm wondering if I should put glitter on here. There's already a lot of pearlescent powders on it, so I don't think I should make it even more glittery. And then just little corrections on the front, on the back. Though with the back it's best to just do the entire thing. I do wonder, shall I turn this into a pin or a key or a magnet? Might be. Okay, let's put it back to dry. And hello, hi. This goes to dry. This should be baked by now. Oops. No, 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 no. Whew, luckily. Didn't tip over forward. I think this is still sticky. So it's not the resin that I used. Oh wait, this isn't sticky. It doesn't look that shiny, but let's give it a spray. Just to protect it even more. And make it a bit more shiny. Now, time to do this big one. Just 2 to 4 minutes. This resin is really stinky. Use this skewer. It's not very evenly, so let's put a bit over here. Oh, more. But yeah, this resin is a lot better. Which means the other ones are for sticking the characters onto stands, the likes. So my other resin is probably just too old. This is a very big dress, so it needs quite some resin to fill nicely. There we go. I think this should be it. Pop. Big bubble over there. By the way, here I put the AI music on back again. Because all my other claims have been released. There was just one that was like, nope, this is mine. So I muted those parts in the video. So if you have a bit of muted part in YouTube, that's because of the unjustified claim. Okay. But all the other ones have released their claims or didn't even bother checking it. Okay, now we need to move all the bubbles up. Well, if they want to pop by themselves, I'm okay with it. Seems I missed a little part over here. There's a big bubble up here. And I know some people prefer isopropyl alcohol found in our stores. I did find some just normal alcohol, so I'm probably gonna fill a spray bottle with that and try that. But okay, just why won't you pop? Well, that's one way to pop it. Okay. Got a message, so I need to check that. And meanwhile, let's see what we will paint. Is this even dry? Oh, that's still the previous one. Okay, so I have that color there, that color there. Oh, this just needs one more coat. You. Connection isn't that great today, by the way. Oh, now it has a little fingerprint of mine on it. So this hides the fingerprint. There we go. I'm being patient. So do I have all the colors here? This is not the color I was going for. This was the color I was going for. And Sienna needs back gesso. So let's put that at the other gessos. So fine. So let's not mix up. And we're back again. Like said, I can see it when I'm down. I mean, then my whole preview stops working. My internet connection here is bar completely filled, so it's not my side this time. Probably gonna have to do a second coat for the line, but then Seana's coin is done. That's the one that belongs to Mermaid. Then I just spray paint it and resin it. So that means I don't need you and I don't need you. Space. And these just needs extra coat, so I don't need fire. Of course, you still need several coats. But at least you need less coats because the base color is red. Spray painting might seem very nice and quick, but it's not a solution. Unless, of course, you want that look, because I still need quite some spray coats to get things. So that's not really the great thing. So, like mentioned, and I'm just going to repeat it, the first stream is going to be painting, per usual. And the second stream is going to be building a new cabinet because I bought two more. But this time, unless the battery is dead, I have an electric screwdriver near. There we go. Yes. Silver paint doesn't really adhere nice. Part of me regrets doing compilation coin file in June because the people who already bought sets up till won't buy that. But it also gives me a little bit of space to breathe. So that technically means there are not 48 designs a year, but 46. But again, if people think that's too little, they're most welcome to do it themselves. It's probably the final coat. Hope so anyway. shout out to the lady at the cash register at the Action because she treated me like an actual customer, not unlike the other store that started a new transaction right above my head. She had already processed all my groceries, and then she said, "Your total will be as soon as Miss in front of you is done packaging." So she wasn't demanding an immediate payment. She saw someone was still busy, and she was like, "If you have a moment of patience, that will be your total." So I told her what had happened to me in the other store. And that was a bit of a shock, Pikachu face. How the heck did that person thought it was okay to do that? So I'm giving this lady a little bit of a shout out because she just treated me like a human being. I think this is the final code for the Nurse Light coin, which is fine. Used a bit too much paint. So then I would have the wings done for Nurse Light. The coin, well, the coin needs some glow in the dark items. There we go. No waste, or at least as little waste as possible. Okay, and now this color. I think it looks a bit like caramel, but they call it rich bronze. So hopefully when the studio move is done, I can also start creating other things. Currently I'm just mask painting. Painting every week. To start creating other things. And have fun baking. So probably I can put something out there. I should also kind of start on the what's it called again? Mermaid item. Let's see, I spot for one more over there. So now I need that blue that I just put away. This might be the code for the blue. Bit too much paint, but that's okay because I also have this one, same color. Dus yeah, Fancy Fest this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And I should be on my old spot again. Oops. I'm rubbing away paint again. That's not good. Just need a little drop. You on this tray. Forgot to sign into my socials to the mean house. Okay. Sometimes you just have to check the socials. For example, if people want to come by, then it might be nice to actually have to message them with. Okay, you guys can go dry. A little red spot on here. That's uncool. Uncool. I've got myself plenty of drying trays, but still lack about 1 or 2 sheets of what's it called again? Silicone mats. That's the word I was looking for. To cut up. I have about 2 that need an A4 sheet. So that's usually cutting up 1 baking sheet. And I believe I have one that uses A4. No, not A4. A4. And probably even some A6. So, but lately they're out of baking sheets in the action. So I haven't been able to get some. But they'll return, so I'm not really worried. And currently I do have enough. Baking paper if parchment. But those baking sheets will return. Could take a month or two. I'll just check each time I'm there. The red has trouble adhering. I need to do a final coat, an extra coat with that, just to get all those edges done. And the first part is going to continue until I'm done painting. Need up more. And even though I do prefer the color blue for my silicone baking sheets, if they turn out to be pink, it's okay. I mean, I prefer everything blue, but here I have green drying slates because it isn't really that important. I just prefer having. That's why I really hate the decor of this serving tray that I'm painting on right now. It's really hideous. Those old-fashioned traditional Dutch designs, but you know, it works. It works for what I needed to do. It works very well for what I needed to do. I just prefer the color blue because I'm, well, silly like that. And I did check other stores if they had the silicone mats, and they do, by the way, but they're like 4 to 5 times the price of the one at the Action. And for something I'm planning to cut up, yeah, I'll wait. Like I said, I have plenty at the moment. I think this is going to be the final for air. So the glittering, but that's probably something for next week. Or maybe if I have a moment. Oh, there's way too much paint. Probably gonna have to stuff that back, but that's okay. Bit too much paint. Oh, I'm taking away. No. That's the thing with this painting on plastic. You sometimes take away the first layer. Okay. I'm gonna check on my baking resin. That was the word. First, I'm going to put you over here. Still a bit sticky. Slightly sticky, so we're going to spray paint it. I'm going to put you in the heat. This one is done now. So we're gonna make turn a pin. Let's see, where do I have my pin backings? It should be somewhere over here. You guys can go over here. Do I have the right one? No, those are keychains. Keychains and pins. Then it should be over here. Yep. Pin backings. I think I'm going to give it 2 pin backings. Just to make sure it sits nicely. Yeah, that's way better. And of course, we're going to use the not so great resin. And then that one is done. Well, as soon as it's cured, by the way. I still have quite a lot of pin backings. I even have big pin backings. I should put it like this, otherwise it won't fit. There we go. Right. I was busy with coloring. I dropped my water last week and I thought I had cleaned it all, but apparently there's still a bit of a little puddle of water. So let's put my rag on there. There we go. Just soak it all up. Oh, there's a bit of gunk. These are found on the street. So I use them for whatever I don't want to use my good tweezers on. For some reason, there's a little speck of red over here. I have to remove it very carefully so I don't destroy the paint. And this is going to need about 3 to 4 more coats. While the colors are very nice, the paint is so super thin and doesn't really have nice opacity. So I do wonder if I will get a copyright claim on this video as well when I upload it on YouTube. to appeal to all those claims is very, very tedious. Is it green bottle or something like that? There we go. Just gonna put it apart a little bit more. You guys can go and dry. I'm going to put you on the last tray with gesso. I have a feeling they tinted bottles, so you can't really see how much paint is left inside. Two blobs, because I have 3 coins. This might be the final coat for these coins as well. So that should mean lots of glittering next week. Assuming I can stream next week, by the way. I mean, next week I just have one of the big moves. So I might take a break on a Sunday. Remember, the move is very important and just temporarily. Because when the move is done and the studio is empty, then I just have to clean up in the house because of the move. So I still won't be that much done with it, but at least a bit. And when the cleanup is, so might be around August or something like that, that's when I have time to stream big. If I want to, of course. Start new projects, are drawings, work on my illustrations for book 7, things like that. Start some writing again. Where's my gesso? Of course I put everything on top of my gesso because I was trying to hastily get rid of things because of water everywhere. You know what? I'm gonna be lazy. Should have done that from the start. But hindsight is 2010-20. We already had that year. It was not a great year. I've almost run out of gesso, but I also almost ran out of things to gesso, so I don't really need to create a new batch at the moment. And this is the second Sienna I'm going to make. This is the one that had a small deep. I'm going to turn one Sienna into a scene. And Sienna into the one on the. And in the summer, as I mentioned many times before, this little jar will be mixed with all my gesso. You know what? I think I'm going to. Nah, I'm not going to toss it in there just yet. It's probably need coat, so. Okay, if I put it up like this. Yeah, now you can dry nicely. No, I don't need to do that. My 1-inch brush, my 1-inch gesso brush. These rags can go. You guys can go to the drying station. I think I'm done with painting for today. Probably next time I'm going to start extra things to paint. But I'm first gonna check on my little owl. Yep, it's done. And after this design has been released, this will be for sale. But currently, it's not released just yet. So let's put you up here for now. Let's see. To do Sienna's coin because I might be able to finish that one up, or at least spray paint it. I need a little piece of scrap paper. Here you are. So this needs to dry and then I can spray paint it. Do I want some glitters in here because you can't actually see things? I noticed that last time. So this can go to the spraying station to be sprayed when it's time. Just an extra coat for you. Okay, what time are we? Huh. Expected it to be later. So I have about 15 minutes, or I just do a big build stream, build and clean up. I think I'm going to do that. So that means I'm currently going to take a little break, go to do some stuff and then return. I should not keep that on if it's not on and needed. There we go. So I'm going to take a little break. I guess it's about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I'll start up again and do the build and the cleanup. So that's a different camera then. So I'll be right back. And if you see this on YouTube, see you next week.